did today go in general? Any standouts?
No standouts. Too many drop balls. You know, the consistency on offense is still a concern. And you know, I don't care what tempo you play at, it all boils down to execution, and that is the overriding factor that will make you successful or not successful in offense. And we've got to execute that.
Is that in both practices today?
Yeah, inconsistent. Yeah, that's been the theme for a while now.
Last chance to ask you about injuries. Anything go down today?
No, we got a few guys back out of the pit, and so I think relative to where we are in fall camp, and how many guys in the pit, I'd say it's starting to become more normal.
I saw Charlie Henderson hobbling around. Is he all right?
He's got something that we don't know what it is. It doesn't appear serious. It's not a hamstring or a groin. It might be something, a little knot in his thigh. So we'll see what comes of that.
What are you going to do during the season as far as injuries? What do you?
No injury report.
We're done.
We're done.
Next spring?
Next spring, yeah. How about that?
Sorry, can you talk a little bit about the new building that's going to be dedicated tomorrow? Just obviously, we waited a long time to get that done. It's nice to have it.
It's great to have it. It was an absolute must for our program, and it's exactly what we needed in all areas, from the cafeteria to the training room to the meeting facilities to the locker rooms, everything. It just fits exactly what our needs were, and it's going to be great to recruit. We're excited to start this fall.
Did you guys move Michael Walker back to safety? I saw him taking some reps
he's
there.
He's been a tweener, yeah, for spring and fall camp, and he spent some time at nickel, and he has spent some time at safety. And now with when Charlie went out with that thigh issue, we're real thin at safety. So he's probably going to be full time there for at least the short term.
How's the defensive line shaping up?
Good. That should be strong suit. Both lines should be strong suits for us, which is a good place to be talented. You want to be up front on both sides of the ball is where it all starts, and we think that we're going to be real good on both sides.
You lost a lot of guys on the D line.
We did. Yeah, we did.
Replacements.
Lost some really good players too. We're just fortunate to have young players in the pipeline and coming up through the program that are stepping into those shoes.
What about Haimuli? I mean, he's playing there now. How's he?
He's holding up well. He's had a history of nagging injuries and things that have kept him off the field. But so far, so good. And if we can get him to give us quality reps this season, then that's really a great comeback story in my opinion.
Because he's really never lived up to his potential.
Well, he's always been injured. I wouldn't say it's a matter of not living up to potential. It's not having a chance to live up to his potential. He was a national recruit coming out of high school, very talented kid. And it's been one thing after another that has held him back.
I thought his career was maybe even over last year.
Yeah, we did, and that's why I say it's going to make a great comeback story if, in fact, he's able to be a contributor for us this year.
Are you worried about depth in your back seven?
Yes, especially at safety. Corner, we have no experience, but we have depth. But at safety, we have no depth at all. We got with Tevin Carter being out or not making his academic situation, and with the injuries we've had, that is a big concern.
How disappointed are you with Carter and just his?
Well, it's unfortunate. We were counting on him. We had all our eggs in that basket, and it didn't work out.
With the little depth of safety, are you guys possibly looking at bringing somebody in that's kind of not on the radar right now?
Well, not right now. We got who we got. We have so many spots, so many scholarships, and so certainly if somebody, this is the 11th hour. I guess somebody still could pop up or emerge, but very doubtful.
How's Morris Edwards?
He's in the mix. Right now it's him and Michael Walker and Eric Rowe. Really, it's a matter of who's going to play opposite Eric Rowe. That's the question mark. And right now, Michael Walker is the guy since Charlie's out. So we'll see how it.
Those are the three guys you basically have then.
Yes. Well, that's four guys. Michael Walker, Eric Rowe, Tyron Morris Edwards, and Charlie Henderson. Those 4 guys. And then Quade Chapuis, but he's in the pit as well. So we have, like I said, the safety depth at this point in time is not real good.
Any thought of moving McGill back?
It's crossed my mind, but right now he's doing a nice job at corner. So you disrupt one thing, you save Peter to pay Paul. Yes, or steal from Peter. How's that go?
Steal from rob from Peter to pay
That
Paul.
He's a
one.
religious
That
guy,
one.
right?
Yeah. That one. It's kind of a case of that. So
Did,
yeah, rob Peter to pay Paul. There you go.
that's, I think that's good.
Yeah, that's for sure right. You got it. You nailed it.
So is Travis, he said he had an x-ray day and everything looks fine on the
Yeah, it's
ankle
just
and
as
that?
we thought. They gave him an X-ray as a precaution because initially we didn't think it was anything more than a mild sprain, but it's been giving him some pain, so we took him up there. And it turns out, trainer diagnosis was exactly right, just a mild sprain.
It's just gonna be a day-to-day thing.
Yeah, day to day is how he'll be.
And does he lose any ground in this situation, not being out there?
Well, if it extends for beyond Saturday, I would say that would be the case, but we expect him back for the scrimmage on Saturday at the latest.
Do you look at just raw
Thanks.
stats
Thanks,
as far
okay.
as making your decision into who's going to be the second, third, and fourth? Is there more to it? Because we can all look at the stats ourselves.
Quarterback position? Yeah, there's more to it. That certainly plays a role, and we have quantified all the numbers. Everything is kept track of as far as completion percentage, interceptions, how many drops that each quarterback has had. Because the completion percentage can be skewed if you have 4 or 5 drops. Great balls, just dropped the ball. So everything's involved. However, it's not just a mathematical deal. I mean, there's so many intangibles, leadership, how they carry themselves, and knowledge of the offense, command of the offense. So I would say, the numerical aspect is 50-60% of the equation, and all the other stuff makes up the rest of it.
And then with only one grade separating all five, do you factor in that as far as the future with got to win now type thing? Well, because you may want some separation. Say if you decide one of the freshmen is going to be really good, but you don't have 1 year difference between him and Travis, if you didn't redshirt him or whatnot, does that factor into it?
Not really. We're just looking for the guy that gives us the best chance to win right now. I don't think there's anybody in college football that's looking beyond this year. You got to win right away, and that's our mentality. And whoever gives us that best chance, whether whoever it would be, is going to be in the starting line.
So, but as far as the backups, say like if one of the freshmen is in the top 3, would you think about redshirting the other 2?
That's a possibility. And again, we haven't talked redshirt at all. We'll talk about that next week. But right now, nobody's in redshirt mode. We're all competing, but we certainly have that option with all 3 of those freshmen.
Yeah. Is it pretty much even as far as the backup goes right now?
No, Schultz will be in the lead, and even between Connor Manning and Brandon Cox for the number 3 spot. But we still got some evaluation to do.
And then will this be the final scrimmage of fall camp?
Yeah, it will be the final scrimmage on Saturday. And we won't have a major scrimmage beyond that. We'll have a little bit of live work sprinkled into some practices, but nothing.
With that in mind, how big is it for every other position that's up for grabs?
It's big, but it's not a 100% deal that everything will be settled after Saturday. Probably hopefully 90% of the things with the injuries, you got to factor in guys that are not available to scrimmage Saturday and how they've done up to that point, and at the point of their injury. And so it's not a complete end-all, be-all evaluation, but we hope to get 90% of our questions answered through that scrimmage.
Now, when the depth chart comes out, fans read too much into it? Does the media read too much into it?
Probably. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's fluid. The depth chart is fluid.
Is it always fluid?
And sometimes it's not even up to date. Sometimes we just say, just give them yesterday's.
Okay.
So, to be honest
You
with
mess with us?
Well, no,
I know
sometimes we don't have time for that type of deal. There may be last minute changes and so forth. And the last thing on our mind is going back and correcting the depth chart that we publish. So we know what's going on. At least we hope so.
But generally speaking, when it comes out Monday after the scrimmage, and that may not necessarily be.
It's not hard. It's not set in stone. Nothing's ever set in stone in this profession. I mean, you're always, it's what you've done lately. And like I said, if a guy that's performing very well was in the pit, but then he comes out of the pit and he plays at that same level, he could jump ahead of a guy that was listed as the starter position the day before. So there's a lot of relativity to it.
Could coaches move up and down the depth chart?
I don't know.
Media?
Yeah, media definitely can. Yeah. I'll come out with my top 10.
I don't want to see that. Dennis saying that the scrimmage the other day was the first time since 1981 that he's going to be in a box for this season for a game and that. He's been on the field. How's he handled? He said things are a lot different. He said back at San Jose State the fans were right there and guys were trying to bum smokes and things off different guys in the coach's box. But things have changed. The stadiums have gotten nicer and things. Has he adjusted to the the modernness of
I think
being in the
so,
box?
and it's his call to be up there. And that's what
Okay.
that's his preference. I said, Dennis, you structure it exactly how you want on offense, and he opted to be the guy in the box with a couple assistants up there, grad assistants, and so it's he hasn't been up there for a while, as he said, but he feels that's our best configuration, so that's what we're going with.
I've heard rumblings that that Friday may be the day that the NCAA rules on players transferring from Miami. Have you guys heard anything on the potential
No,
timeline
I've
for
heard the
Giannini?
Is that the 16th?
Yeah.
We've been hearing the 16th, and so we'll see if that comes to pass. I guess, I would I'd say it's very, very unlikely that they'll deem the players that are transferring or have transferred eligible. I don't think that's
Did Brian take any reps tonight?
Brian Blecken. No, he's a one-a-day guy. Yeah, so we didn't put him in there.
Have you been able to see anything out of Celestio Atafe? Obviously, he's going through the
Not yet.
acclimation period.
Tomorrow he'll be able to put shoulder pads on, and so we'll hopefully start to get an idea of both him and Lo Falamaka, who's a late addition as well.
How'd the team accept him? Obviously, he's coming off a pretty
great.
rough.
Yeah, he's come off a very rough situation, and it'll stay rough for a while. And we're all behind him. He's got our support. The players done a nice job of putting their arm around him and helping him out.
Is there anything with Aaron Alford's situation you guys going to do with stickers, or have you decided anything?
Haven't decided that yet.
Any funeral order or anything?
We're day to day here, so we'll take
Yeah,
a look
it's
at
still
that next day or so.
been hard to digest
It
even
is, yeah.
a couple days
There's
later.
been a lot of stuff that's gone on, and sad stuff. I mean, it's really put a damper, on some things. You got to move on, and you got to keep going with what you're doing.
Can you remember an off season that had such dire
No,
circumstances?
No, not for us as a program, specifically.